So welcome back to more on-track action here with the first qualifying session for Golf ProCar. Now Golf ProCar is quite interesting because we have a race with a race with a race, because we have multiple categories here, the likes of Class 1, Class 2, the Clio Cup category, Class 4 and of course the Class 5 as well. So I'm going to have to get the timing screens out here to figure out who is where, who's in which class as well. Now for this race so far. So James Geddy is the pace setter at the moment. He's in the Ferrari 458 Challenge car. Alexander Stanimas in his TCR car. He's in the Cupra TCR. It's one of two TCR cars, not Cupra TCR cars, because the second one is René Munich, of course, in his Honda Civic Type R. We have Mohamed Al Hamadi, Pascal Bachmann, Ricky Kumba, James Burke, Andrei Solokovtsev, excuse me, Jayan Karim, René Munich, as you said before, Sebastian Gorga, Yahed Kardem, Avik Anwar, Scott Dimmola and Ahmed Al-Majid. Total of 14 cars will take the start here of the Golf ProCar when it gets underway. And once we've sorted out who will start where, because of course we are qualifying here for the first time for the Golf ProCar Championship. Now that's Ricky Kumba we just saw there in the 68 car. There we're looking at, sorry, it's a 488 challenge, not a 458, apologies for that. That is the 77 of Jim Geddy. There's the 37 we just saw there as well. Now we're looking at the allinkle.com Honda Civic, driven by the boss himself, which of course is René Munich, after a highly successful tour in the WTCR, the very last one as well, wrapping up in Saudi Arabia only a couple of weeks ago. Great to see him back out on track here in the United Arab Emirates as part of the Golf ProCar series, and he's no stranger to the series either. We've seen him a number of times appear over the course of the past couple of years. It's always great to see him re-enter the championship here. There he is, René Munich, of course he's in the TCR category. He'll be competing with the Cupra TCR car of Alexandros Anivas. Now you'll see that we have different generations of Clio, so usually what happens is we sometimes have the Clio Cups also running in here, the new shaped Clio Cups that is, but it seems to be this weekend they're not running in this Golf ProCar series. They are running in their own standalone event, which we saw take place earlier today for qualifying. We'll have another qualifying session for them later on today. Actually, it'll come up right after this kind of thing. It will indeed come up after this. It'll be qualifying to set the field for race number 3 here. It'll be another 20-minute session for the Golf Radical Cup. Sorry, not for the Golf Radical Cup, because their race is later on, isn't it? It's for the Clio Cup Middle East, actually, sorry. That comes up after this. And then we have the first race for the bikers, the Walid Hashemis National Sport Bike Championship. Will start at 12 o'clock local time here. James Burke there, going a bit slow through the club link. With Jim Geddy, who goes around the outside of him there. In this qualifying session, of course, he's in a different category at the moment. Jim Geddy leads with a 126.365 over Sebastian Gorga, who's a 139.839. So this is a 20-minute session. We've almost got to the halfway point. We're looking at Andrei Solokovtsev. The first time we've seen a Toyota Supra race here in the Golf ProCar Championship. It's fantastic to see it as well. Very quiet actually compared to the rest of the cars that are in the field here today. He's silent when he comes around the corner. So Sebastian Gorga has gone quickest of all in the 88. Putting Jim Geddy now in a second position overall by 1/6 of a second. There is Sebastian, Team racing in his Mercedes-AMG GT4 car, now running a Dragon Racing prepped Ferrari here this weekend. Here's the 24 of UAE's Mohammed Al Hamadi. And there is that gorgeous Toyota Supra that we have here this weekend, in GT4 spec as well. It's absolutely marvellous on track here in the Golf Pro car. Looking back now at the TCR car there of René Munich. He is the top-placed TCR car as well, ahead of Alexandros Anivas. Now, René Munich put in a 129.313, with Alexandros Anivas putting a 130, as one of the Clios gets it all wrong. And that is the 33 Clio of Yahid Kardem. He gets it all wrong, unfortunately, for the Frenchman, but he's back on his way. It's a learning curve for him. Great to see one of the mini JCWs back out as well. Didn't see much of it last season, haven't seen it at all this season, but it looks like the number 8 is out. That's Yahid Kardem, who is in 10th position at the moment, and we'll get a quick replay now of that Clio going for a quick spin here at the Dubai Autodrome. So it looks like he's done it through turn 1. He just gets it wrong, unfortunately. Good news is that he gets it pointed in the right direction. A full 360 there. If only he continued on, it would have been a perfect 10. As the number 3 Clio bounces all over the curbs. And there's Pascal Bachmann. Currently 8th overall in the field. There is the 24 Porsche. Mohammed Al Hamadi currently behind Andrea Stev, in 5th position overall in that Supra. And Andre, as we said, first time out here in the Golf Pro car. First running as well for the Supra here this weekend. Great to see. This weekend, though, 2 Ferraris. You're just seeing the one of Jim Geddy, but it looks like he has some stiff competition here today. The likes of Sebastian Gorga in the 88, the best lap time of 1:25.581. He is 0.7 of a second faster compared to the man that's in second at the moment for the time being, which is Jim Geddy. Have a quick look at who we have in each of the classes here today. So, as I said to you before, we have a mix of classes. We have Class 5, which we see the Clio and the Clios, because we have multiple Clios, don't we? We have the Mini JCW as well. The Honda DC5 of James Burke and Ricky Kumba have both been put into Class 5 as well for this weekend. So we have Pascal Bachmann, Jan Faisal Karim, who is behind the wheel of the Mini JCW. In one of the other Clios is Yahid Kardem, who we saw go for a spin not too long ago in the Rent-to-Race Renault Clio. That is the number 33. Now we have James Berg in his Honda DC5, and then we have Ricky Kumba in his Honda FD2, also in Class 5. Now in the TCR category, we've got Alexandros Anivas in the Cupra, and we have René Munich in the Honda TCR car. This is the Honda Civic Type R, and then in the Class 2 is Jim Geddy and Sebastian Gorga. We also have Mohammed Al Hamadi in that category as well. There's only one participant in Class 3, which is the Toyota Supra, a GT4 spec with Andre behind the wheel. And then in Class 4, we have 3 cars. We've got Avik Anwar, Scott Dibbler, and of course Ahmed Al-Majid. Now, Avik Anwar, of course, defending champion, but this season, Ahmed Al-Majid has had a fantastic off-season, has been very rapid indeed in the opening rounds here for the Golf Pro car. He's put on an absolute show over the past couple of weekends here that we've had. James Burke is in the pit lane. Looks like he's going straight into Parc Fermé as well, so that's his qualifying session done. Now, his fastest lap time was a 1:41.170. Now, he is mixed in there with the Clios, especially this man right here, Yahid Kardem, who's not actually put a lap time in just yet, according to the timing screen. Jan Kardem has put a lap time in, though, with a 1:45.189. It's currently shows 10th overall. Now, the Class 4 cars have not set times. Avik Anwar, Scott Dibble and Ahmed Al-Marshid have not gone out yet, or at least we haven't seen them go out, because all their timings show nil next to each of them. So we should have 14 cars participating, but at the moment we only have 11 that have set a lap time in. Though it still shows that Yahid Khadem's time is blank, so we've not seen a time come through for him yet. So in the pit lane we have Jim Geddy. Mohammed Al-Hamadi has come out of the pit lane. Then we have Ricky Kumba, who has gone, who's come into the pit lane. Pascal Bachmann is in, and we saw James Burke go into Parc Ferme. There is Jim Geddy. Looks like he's in Parc Ferme as well. And it looks like Alexandros Anivas just in front of him as well, unless they have their second Cupra here. Or the timing screen I have in front of me is out of time. Yes, it is, because that was Alexandros Anivas in front of him, wasn't it? So, Sebastian Gorga, Jim Geddy, René Munich has just gone out the pit lane. Alexandros Anivas is in, Ricky Kumba is in, and James Burke, as you said before, he is behind the wheel of the Honda FD2. No, he's behind the wheel of the DC5. Yes, indeed he is. He's gone into Parc Ferme for energy-driven motorsport. So I think his quest for a better time is over. Now, Yahid Khadem's time has finally appeared on my screen in front of me here with a 1:47.187 for the 33 car behind Yain Karim, who is in 10th overall with a 1:43.298. After this, we have qualifying for the Clio Cup Middle East, which will be another 20-minute session. And then we'll have the first race of the Walid Al-Shamia's National Sports Bike Championship at 12 o'clock. And it looks like Yahid Khadem has gone for another spin, but now in a completely different part of the track. As he gets to grip with the car. Haven't seen Yahid Khadem for a while either here in the Golf Pro Car. Great to see him back though in the championship. As there is Mohammed Al-Hamadi, currently in 6th position overall. Now he is with the Class 2 competitors. Now Sebastian Gorga is leading that field with Jim Geddy out in front. It looks like Mohammed Al-Hamadi is the 3rd best placed Class 4 car. Sorry, Class 2 car, excuse me. And that would mean, actually, he is in the 3rd and final position in that class as well at the moment. Down in 6th position as he comes into the pit lane with just over 2 minutes remaining on the clock. I think it's done and dusted for the local hero. He will come into the pit lane for the final time to end his qualification run, because there certainly will not be enough time for another lap. There will be for an out lap, but not a flying lap, unfortunately. So I think that's the lap time that Al-Hamadi will set of a 1:31.264. So a very slow Yahid Khadem in the back. He was coming into the pit lane after his 2nd spin out on track. Through the penultimate corner there goes the Pascal Bachmann driven Renault Clio. Hands full, working his way through the final corner, looking to improve here is Pascal. He tries to work his way up the order to be the highest placed Class 4 car. Excuse me, Class 2, because of course, no, it's not Class 2. Class 2 is for the quicker sports cars of the Ferraris and the Porsches. Pascal is in Class 5 in his Renault Clio Cup, the 3rd generation Renault Clio Cup, one of 2 in the field. Yahid Khadem is behind the wheel of the 2nd of those cars, with the 2 Hondas of James Burke and Ricky Kumba also participating in Class 5, the DC5 and the FD2, with James Burke being behind the wheel of the DC5 and the FD2 going the way of Ricky Kumba. So 30 seconds left on the clock here. What can those who are still circulating do? Can they improve on their time? And can they work their way up the order? Because we're looking at the other participant there briefly in Class 5. There's Yahid Khadem, who is currently circulating in 10th position overall. So some of the radicals being pushed back into their pit garages. We'll have more action from the Golf Radical Cup later on today, As René Monik does improve his lap time. He goes third fastest overall and quickest in TCR. More importantly, he's got a car in between himself and his closest rival of Alexandros Anivas, with the Class 3 Toyota Supra being the cork in the bottle there. As he looks to improve his lap time, there's Andre. Into the pit lane now comes Pascal Bachmann. He will be the one to lead the field, by the looks of it, in Class 4. And actually, no, he won't be, because in Class 5 we have Ricky Kumba, who set the fastest time there of 1:39.364. He's a tenth of a second faster than Pascal Bachmann. 0.06 of a second at the line separating the two of them, and James Burke will line up third in Class 5. Jan Kardim and Yahid Kardim starting behind those two, so we have actually all of the Class 5 cars all together from 7th on to 11th, and unfortunately we did not see any of the Class 4 cars start this qualifying session here, so hopefully all is well with them, and hopefully we get to see them in the race, because of course that means we missed Ahmed Al-Majid, we missed Avik Anwar and Scott Demoler as well, as the session officially ends. As Andre works his way through the final corner now. Let's see if he can improve his lap time. Can he go faster than René Monik at the line? He's across the line now. No improvement though. He will stay 4th overall. And that brings an end here to qualifying for the Golf ProCar Series. We'll move on now to the Clio Cup Middle East. Should be another 20 minutes of qualifying. That will set the field for race number 3, which will take place tomorrow in the afternoon. But before we do that, of course, Karim still wants another lap here. Unfortunately, it will not be a timed lap because he came across the line and he took the checkered flag. Or did he? Yes, he did take the checkered flag down in 10th position. So this is his in-lap now. He circulates around the second sector. There's Andre in the Soul Supra in the field. And I think we're going to go to some qualifying highlights here from the Golf ProCar Series.